Hello, this session is called Do Your Research. So in the employment process, it's important to do your research on the businesses that you're applying to and especially interviewing with. I have tried to build in information into the cover letter specific to that organization, customize my resume to the organization or the job description, and try to make it best possible. And in the interview, I make sure that I'm prepared and I know as much about the business as possible. And in some cases, it's definitely made a big difference. I can remember coming out of college and going to this interview at a public relations firm, and they had all kinds of clients, and I looked up online what some of their clients were, and then I looked up about the issues and about those specific topics. And I remember I was in the interview, and they brought up one of these very small issues, and I had researched a bunch, and so I knew about it, and I started explaining it and applying it to some of my friends who were involved in things that might relate to it, and they were like, "How do you know about that?" I'm like, "Well, there was information on your website about this, but I have friends who are impacted by it and that particular issue." And that is, you never know what little information or seems pointless or might not be as important may make you stick out. But I know for a fact that little piece of information definitely set me apart from other individuals. So you just make sure you do your research. Every interview I go through, I'm going into, I try to make a list of the questions they might ask me. Then I try to think about the points that would answer that question, and think about what puts myself in the best light as well, and shows my experience and how it relates to that position, but also fits within those questions. And I make bullet points and I go through, and so that I'm prepared when it comes time. There are all kinds of questions that typically are asked in a job interview, and you can find those most common questions online. So I strongly suggest you do your homework and do your research before you apply for the job, and then even more so when you go in for the interview. It can be the difference between getting the job and then just moving on to your next opportunity. So I'm Joe Strecce. I'm a blindness consultant and a professional who's blind. Thank you.